category is Fanboy.
What's up, doll photographer and storyteller? We're here today to talk about how I created the one-of-a-kind doll for the doll daddy. So let's jump into it.
Okay, so the first thing we're gonna need to do is to primer the head so the paint will be more easy to stick on the head, so we will just avoid cracks and all that shit. So, I haven't recorded because I kind of have the tendency to be dumb sometimes, but anyway, I already sprayed the first layer of the skin tone using the airbrush, and now I'm using the airbrush as well to apply a second coat for the skin tone to be more sticky, if that makes sense. Well, at least more uniform. So I already have sprayed the skin tone, so now I'm going to apply the hair. And for a while, and it's coming from a hairdresser, but for a while I really thought that the doll daddy had like the natural hair. Well, Jeffrey, but whatever. I really thought it was natural, you know, that this kind of hair, like blonde hair on the top and darker on the back, because sometimes you have the tendency to go to the sun and then the highlights comes naturally because of the UV and all the things. And well, I think it's kind of maybe not that natural, but anyways, we're gonna go for a highlight, a high blonde on the top to match the natural hair that he have. I'm using a thinner brush because he does have this kind of 90s haircut, and I just want to make sure that even on the inside it is painted. So the hair is done, the skin is done, and now I'm going to apply some dry pastel for the blush. And well, as you can see, I'm clearly not on camera. Oh yeah, I'm back on camera. So yeah, blushing, and I'm using a dark brown to have some shadows on the skin tone. It's basically like doing a contouring, if that makes sense to you. So I'm applying on the lower lips, I'm applying on the corner of the eyes, I'm applying it underneath the nose and to the cheek. With another brush, a clean brush, I'm gonna just blend it all. So now I'm using the red, a little red one, to kind of have some blushing on the cheek, because we know that some white people, not saying all white people, but some white people have some sort of red marks on the head, on the face, so we will need to kind of make it more accurate, if that makes sense. Also, I kind of use a lot of if that makes sense recently, if that makes sense. Oh man, I gotta stop. Anyway, so some lighter brown to just kind of create some depth on the head. And now with the thin brush, I'm gonna apply some white on the lips for the teeth, because the faces does have a little of open jaw, open mouth, so to say. And with this thin brush, I can just apply that and remove the excess. I just kind of prefer to do that before doing the lips, because I'm gonna just apply the lips and I'm just gonna cover the white that I had, you see. So, and while I'm in the white and with the thin brush, sorry, I might as well just do the eyes too. also little tips that I discovered during this head. I'm using another brush with a little amount of water to kind of remove the excess because I've already sprayed the first layer, maybe 2 layers of varnish, so it's prevented. So in case you're doing the repaint yourself, just get clear water and clean small brush to remove the excessive paint that you have also did the varnish before. But also that always can be helpful. Anyway, so now we're gonna apply the natural brown, light brown hair that you have on the back of the hair. I'm using a flat brush to have some ease when it comes to paint on the curve of the hair. And I'm really trying to force myself not to say if that makes sense. You can put together. So with a little brown that I had used for the hair, I'm gonna paint the eyebrow. And I'm just gonna add some white to kind of make some highlights and to create some depth on the eyebrow. Okay, so with the watercolor or whatever it's called, watercolor pencil, I think it is. Anyway, the thing you see on camera now, I'm just gonna use that to create some kind of beard to his face because, well, he have one, and also I'm gonna mix different color because when you have light hair, you have the tendency to just have a mix of different color on your beard, like red hair, blonde hair, brown hair. If you're over 30s, maybe white hair too. So yeah. So I just use a thin brush and drop it into the water and just use that to draw directly the beard. I kept the blonde one for the end because it's kind of bright and light, and it had the tendency, and then I'm the only one noticing it, but it had a tendency to just not show, at least not as much as the other color. And sometimes when you kind of get there a little bit harder, it kind of gets too rough, if that makes sense. I have to stop saying that, for God's sake. So now, using the same technique, I'm just going to apply some more definition and some more details on the eyebrow. And the eye line, if I can say so. Okay, so my technique for the eyes is just to use a toothpick and mix different blue shade because he have blue eyes. So I thought it's kind of hard to always get the right tone. So I'm just going to mix different shade of blue and stick with the toothpick to create that. Is so much more easier for me. And same goes for the black dot. And what you see right now is called being perfectionist, is to always try to add more and more and more. That's one of the things that I hate to do when it comes to custom dolls, is that, I mean, it's so hard to just know when to stop. I think this is a talent, to just know exactly when you want to stop. Because otherwise you do what I'm doing right here, is just applying more and more and more and more. Well, in that case anyway, it was kind of useful, but you get the point. So I mixed some white and yellow to have it more kind of light blonde, and I'm dry brushing to kind of have more depth also. And since the hair is curved, well, it just make it pop. And that is also a little detail that I have to add, is the little tattoo that he have on his wrist. I think it's called the wrist. No, it's not no, it's the wrist. Yeah, it's not the ankle. Yeah, it's the wrist. Is it though? I think it is. Okay, so now I have done with it, and I have applied some varnish, glossy varnish on the lips, and UV light resin glossy for having some more eyes. And I'm taking some photos because I'm gonna get into the next step, which is the box, because a doll always comes in the box. So we're gonna have to create that one too. But before that, I just thought let's do a little call out, if we can say so. You might wonder why he is wearing a sweatpants, and that's the only reason is because I'm not a seamstress. I don't know how to sew. And this is one of the moments when, you know, doll becomes real. Because when it comes to curvy, you just have so much hard time to find clothes that fits them. You know, we all see that Mattel and other company is going for curvy dolls and different body shapes, and that's pretty cool. But at the end of the day, they don't come with that much clothes. So, you know, this is so, you know, like art imitated life. This is what's going on here. Like, I will prefer to get him a blue jean, but I couldn't get one, so he had a sweatpants because it was more easy to find. And you know, that sucks so much, because don't tell that you are getting into diversity if at the end of the day it's clothes are only for thin model, like beauty standard. Anyway, so I've created those little sticker that I'm gonna cut and stick to the box. By the way, to create that, it was very, very easy. You just have to get some kind of, you can do it on paint too. So if you want to have a tutorial on how I did this, let me know. But I just thought it was probably the most easiest things to do. So I just made it on my computer using Adobe Photoshop and then just print it on the sticker paper. I always love the doll box that comes with a little hole, or what he called, I think it was a peekaboo kind of thing. I don't know, but I always kind of love that kind of packaging. I know it's bad for the environment because plastic and all that shit, we all know that, but I kind of like it. I like the opportunity to see the doll, even not buying it. I just feel like it's so much more exciting to open the box and to, I don't know how to describe that feelings, but I kind of love it, and I just thought that I have to create that kind of stuff. And cutting this round shape for the logos was just a fucking nightmare. Yeah, I tried with the scissors. Don't ask why. I just thought it might be easier, but at the end of the day, it didn't. So, So for the size, I made this little, uh, the surprises things, collect over 33 because he is 33. Hard to tell, kind of twist thing, whatever. So that was pretty fun to do, and I always kind of have the feeling like a lot of company now do that kind of stuff, like collect them all, and that's just so, I don't know. It's getting to the point that it's getting it a little bit annoying somehow. Like, I don't want to get the entire pack of the dolls. Like, for example, the Rainbow High. I'm not into Rainbow High, for example, but I love the accessories that comes with. And at some point, just sell it apart, because at the end of the day, there is so many Rainbow High that comes with the same accessories but with different colors. Like, sell them separately so that people can get them and not just have to buy the dolls and have the dolls even though they don't want to have the dolls. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know, maybe I'm the only one getting irritated about that, but well. Oh, and what you see now is me trying to remove the little white things because I fucked up. And as you can see, you didn't catch me twice, because this time I've cut the white things, so it will be much more easier to just stick the sticker on the box. And that goes underneath, not underneath, but under the box. I kind of forgot that one. Okay, so I'm just trying to get the dimension for the plastic to protect the box and to have the peekaboo window. Now I'm gonna focus on what is going to get inside the box, so that I will just be able to kind of stick the doll in it and all the accessories and surprises. And for that, I'm using a foam board, even though I'm not really a big fan of foam board, but in that case scenario it will be helpful. And it fits. So the question is, am I going to put it on the side, in the middle, or I just feel like it's pretty much more logic to get him on the right side, because there is a doll daddy, and then on the left side is going to be the hands display that I want to have, because yeah, the doll comes with a lot of extra hands. Yeah, a lot. Yeah, a lot. So I thought of creating some shelf to display that, because I think it's Figma or SH Figures. I think it's Figma who does that. They have a display when you order like one of their figure, because they come with different hands and different hand shape, and it's so cool because you can just have them like a little shelf or something, and I just thought it was so cute, but not cute actually, because like Hello Kitty is cute, but like so smart is so cool. So with the barbecue stick, because it's kind of the same, the hole is basically the same size as the barbecue stick, so I'm gonna use them to create that kind of shelf impression, like a display of hands. Meanwhile, I'm gonna use um, this pink pastel-ish wallpaper that I use usually for my dioramas, and I still have some, so recycle is everything. And with some hot glue, I'm gonna stick that into the foam board. This is where you can see that the previous one was quite good. Like I really applied myself in it. Like I really put some discipline. This one, like I just didn't give a shit. Like it's on the back. No one's gonna see that. So you know what? Just get it done. Okay, so since I have some left over, I'm gonna use that for the shelf so it match the box inside. You know what? When watching this, I kind of realized that hot glue gun is quite so good. Like everyone is using it when it comes to crafting and dioramas and whatever. A lot of people are using it, and now that I'm watching it, it's so cool, like so useful. Love it. It was just a moment of self-awareness, if that makes sense. And this is for the back of the box, because you have to have a sort of L shape for the food. And now I'm making some holes to kind of put the barbecue stick for the hand display. By the way, I know that I was watching some content creators um, doing dioramas, always giving the proportion, and I use like 1 inch things and 1 inch that, because first of all in America you are the only one using inch for whatever reason it is, while in the rest of the world we're using the metric system. But that's not the point. The thing is that I will not be able to tell you how much inch it is or how much centimeters it is, because I just go with the flow. So don't expect anything like, well, you cut that with 1 inch by 1/4 or whatever. I just go with the flow. Anyway, so to maintain the barbecue stick, I'm using the hot glue and create a little dot underneath to make sure that it's stick and it stay in places. And now we're just gonna assemble every piece together. The little box that you see underneath there is where I'm gonna place all the little surprises. And this is one of the moments that, you know, measurement matters because it was this close to not fit. So go with the flow if you feel comfortable. Don't go with the flow if you don't feel comfortable. So now I'm gonna glue the peekaboo window. I don't know if it's a peekaboo because he said that, so now I'm just feeling like, okay, maybe it's the real word. And spoiler alert, I really should have glued that way more. Like, way more. Like, way more. Perfect. It all fits inside. So I use a rubber band to kind of maintain the doll daddy in places, and now I'm going to use the last printed sticker to cover up the kind of messy thing that is right now because it's not pretty and I want to have something matching. And it's all done. The costume for the Dollari is ready to go. I really hope that he is gonna like it, and spoiler alert, because he already shared a video, he kind of liked it. So I'm so happy with the results. Even though I really thought that he was very secure, like nothing bad could happen. And I even realized that I should have probably just kind of glued the little, maybe not glued, but attached with the rubber, the little box with the 6 surprises. But yeah, I didn't thought of that, and I just realized that while I was recording that it was, you know, moving inside. So maybe not that well secured, but you know, how bad could it be? Well, it could be this bad. Anyway, thanks again for watching the videos. I really hope that you enjoyed it. And yeah, I don't know. I just appreciate that kind of sort of customization because he didn't ask for it. I just kind of send it to him because I really am a big fan of the doll content that he created, because I don't feel like I'm facing someone who talks to me like if I was a kid or something. He doesn't feel the need of being joyful, you know, and he just be so natural. And I just love that. I like the doll content that feel more accurate and more real. So I just had to create a doll for him because I was able to do that. So why not? And that's all, I think. And If you enjoyed the videos, thanks to just take a moment to like the videos and give a comment, because that's how the algorithm works. This is how the video is promoted. This is how my channel can be able to grow. And this is how I'm gonna be able to meet maybe Toya from the Forget Stuff, and be invited to convention or whatever. So yeah, just if you get a time to do that, it will be so highly appreciated. So subscribe or likes or both or comments or whatever, anything you can do to just support the channel. So thanks again, and hope to see you soon. Bye.